Welcome to PhD&D on YouTube World Building Series. The birth and genesis of your campaign world starts right here. Today's topic, the birth of your world, the genesis, the beginning of this wonderful setting, this massive location for stories, games, memories, everything. It all begins with the birth and the genesis, which in a sense is the beginning. So, moving forward, step 1, define the creators of your world, if there even are any. Define the creators. Who created the world? That's our focus right here. Who created the world? Did gods create the world? That's a typical one. Did primordial dawn titans create the world? Did they forge it from the elements, cast down fire, creating a crucible to cook all the metals, all the elements, all the chemicals of the world to bring it to what it is today? Or was it mere chance? Was it the universe? Was it the time, the right place, the right combination of everything to just spawn a world where life could take hold? Define the creators. That includes everything. That includes defining if they are the gods, who are they? What do they represent? What is their moral code? What are they the god of? A certain element, a certain, god of justice, god of mercy, a combination of all those. Define them. If you are not as experienced in playing or in world building, there's nothing wrong with stealing gods from another setting. The current setting that I'm in uses gods from Dungeons & Dragons. Reason being, we could put more focus, more time into our setting because the gods were defined already. We could take them, use them as our gods, and create the world with a lot less work. If you're a little more advanced, looking to really bring it home, create 100% yours, go ahead and create the gods from scratch. You have to come up with everything. You have to come up with, like I talked, what do they represent? What was their beginning? What's their history? Who are their worshipers? All that. And in my more advanced world building video in regards to the birth and genesis, I will discuss how to go about and create all that. For the meantime, Ander over at Wood WWAD, fantastic video on gods. Check it out. It's phenomenal. Anyways, back to this. Define the creators. If it was those primordial titans, what are they exactly? Come up with some names. Steal, once again, from settings. There's plenty out there. They've already done the work. Just bring them in and create your world, having them as a part of it. It's still going to be your world. It's not going to look a thing like theirs, as long as you put the time and effort in to make it your own. I'm going to say these steps over and over again, so it just drills it in your head. Define the creators. If there weren't any, explain what it was. Explain how the universe came about. Explain why things happen the way they are, which takes us to our next step anyways. Number 1 is define the creators. Number 2, define their purpose. Why did they create the world? Was it an experiment? Were they testing it? Were they looking for slaves, followers, worshipers? Why did they create the world? They had to have a reason. They weren't just out there just creating one world after another for no reason. I'd like to see that, by the way. I'd like to see some way that could work. But they need a reason to create the world, whoever it was. So define the purpose. Exactly what were they looking to do with this world? That's going to influence, did that play out in the end? Was their purpose fulfilled? Or were these slaves, these followers they were looking for, did they hate the gods? Did it backfire, creating a setting full of angry gods? Just know and define the purpose as well as the creators. Step number 3. Define their methods. How was the world created? If there weren't gods, like I said already, how did it happen? If there were, what exactly did they do? Which gods was it? Was it the gods of fire, the god of water? It's going to influence how the world looks at that point. So define exactly how they did it, their methods for creating everything. Was these primordials just, using the elements? It was a giant storm, basically, that created the world. Ask those types of questions. Pan that out and find truly, what methods were used to create the world. Did the gods sit back? Did they create the world from wherever they exist? Did they go down onto this rock and by their own hands craft this world? What happened there? What's the story of the beginning of the world? Now, that story doesn't need to become apparent to the characters. That story may have actually been lost in time, but it helps you create and keep a consistent world based on how it was first done. It can create fantastic story elements, discovering, the origins of the world. Are the current history books wrong? Are they right? Are there certain things, once you know these things as a GM, as the game master, these things, you've got them to use in your game to create storylines where they have to discover the true history of the world, where they have to go back and discover something about lost gods that aren't even alive anymore. That's why you need to know who's around at the beginning. Define those creators, step 1. Define their purpose, step 2. Why was this world created? Define their methods, how they went about it, step number 3. To get the birth of your world, to get the beginning, the genesis of your world, define those 3. That's all for today. Check back for the next one in the series, as well as look forward to a more advanced topic going into more detail of creating gods, creating everything throughout the birth and genesis of your world. Thanks for watching.